Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the PEL. Yes, snap like Thanos.
Snappy.
PEL Contenders Phase 3. We've had a great start to the Saturday games. Great finish. 3D Max coming out on top. But we're going to be going into Miramar as the placement points, the standing, should I say, overall, is coming up on your screens. Tornado Energy, they didn't have the strongest of results in that last game, but they still hold on to that top spot.
I got to talk once again about 3D Max. At the start of the day, they were in 7th position. In just that first game, they're back up in 4th position. They went 3 positions overall. They got 85. They're just above YMCA Esports, so were a very consistent team. But this is the 3D Max I wanted to see on the first 3 days. They struggled a little bit on that synergy, but now they're ready to smack, and they're doing great on this first game.
But it's even just looking at, like, there's only 20 points dividing Quick Math in 9th place and Katana in 3rd. Less than 20 points.
That's nothing. That's like
nothing.
Or even one very good game, that's enough to get back up there.
Exactly. So it is really close. We're going to see a lot of changes throughout the days, throughout these performances. It's just super important that teams try to maintain a certain level of consistency. The average points you're looking to kind of qualify into the top 8, max is about 6 to 7 points per game. 6, depending on the quality of the games. 7 if it's a really high standard. When you're looking to be in the very top, you're looking at about between 9 to 10 points per game. So it's going to be very interesting on who's going to be able to hit those averages per game as we are onto the Miramar. Get your sunscreen, get your, the flip-flops, and also the umbrella thing, parasail?
Parasol.
Is it parasail or parasol?
Parasol. Okay. I don't know.
Anyway, let's jump into Miramar.
This playing really good. Most teams are going to be able to drop where they want, except one team that's going to be very sad. The sad boys of Katana. They always go for Campo Militar, and it's like the furthest point of this drop, unfortunately. So
it's fine.
They'll be fine. It's fine. Just a little bit of a road trip back over to Campo Militar. Game pretty usual. Rewap once again going to be the last team to drop on Miramar. They always go very, very far down south. And they're going to just kind of set up location towards Puerto Paraíso.
One thing that is important about Miramar, and actually all maps except Sandhawk, but is that you know where the vehicle spawns are.
Yeah.
Especially in Miramar, because the terrain and the map is so big, you want to make your way across as quickly as possible, and depending on where you drop. So Katana will know where the vehicle drops are if they do want to head towards Campo Militar. It doesn't seem like they're going to be going there. But the circle, it's nice and central. I like it. No real super coastline. It's nice and easy peasy, lemon squeezy for most of these teams who are already in the circle.
One thing that's not going to be very easy peasy, lemon squeezy for 4 Angry Kids, because they're split again. Doing that 4-man split, I am, once again, not a fan, especially when you got Katana, Milky Way, Quick Math so close by. They had a good performance last game. They didn't get any positioning points, but they got 9 kills.
True.
They work way better as a 4-man squad. So Katana, I hope they can get back together really fast.
Based on the circle, I don't mind it for now because there's not going to be
it's
any.
Phase 1.
Yeah, and also because the circle is so central and most teams are already in it, there's not going to be any super hard shifts around them, right? Maybe Katana, maybe Milky Way, but Milky Way are a team that also like to split loot and split drop. So right now, at least 4 Angry Kids are, from what we see, they're in a good position.
Yeah, but Milky Way, they're also known for getting back together really fast after Phase 1.
True.
So for Angry Kids, they need to try and work a little bit better. It's okay, drop in split, but get back together as fast as you possibly can. As you go over to Ferrari Breach, always Picardo, good loot. oKKo is in the main build. This is like the oKKo Stadium. I'm going to call it the oKKo Stadium. He's always the one that drops here, and he's just got. He's got this one building has enough loot for a 4-man squad.
Oh no, is it
very greedy?
Is it oKKo or is it oKKo?
Okay, now you just messed my brain up.
I know,
I'm going to think about it all day. I'm going to have nightmares about that.
It's fine.
No.
It's fine for me because I'll sleep like a baby. Anyway, one team I do want to talk about, they're not on camera right now as we look over in Tornado Energy, is the winners of that last game, 3D Max. The reason why is because I had the pleasure of having a couple of words with their team manager a couple of days ago. Really nice guy. Gave a nice bit of information on where their team are standing right now. As we'd point out, Furax, newest addition to the 3D Max team. And he talked about Furax and said basically that, Furax enabled a new dynamic to appear in the side of 3D Max, bringing his own vision of PUBG. He works a lot on analysing not only, what 3D Max can do better, but what other teams do, so that he can give that kind of core base of information to the rest of his team, so it helps and enables 3D Max to make more clever, better decisions throughout these games. That's something that Furax brings, and it showed off in that last game.
Talking about earlier, the two teams that like to play split early on Miramar, they're going to be clashing a little bit. Grenade, will it go? It goes right behind him. Oh, a little bit too far. Does do a little bit of chip damage on top of Nixtys, but he's back up. He did find a full med kit. That's great. Oh, that's going to allow him actually to get back to the other side of the building. But yeah, he is picking a 1v2. And he can't really go back because it's in the open area. Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if he does have smoke. So unfortunately, he's going to have to do something. But look at that. RonnieKray coming back on the top of the hill. That's going to be great. Here it is. A few shots back and forth. But Nixtys is going to get instantly flushed away by DP. Here it is. Die by alligator.
It was a bit of a mistake for Nixtys, in my opinion, because RonnieKray was joining him. Therefore, communication would have been given of saying, I'm coming to get you, so to speak. I'm coming to save you. I'm coming to aid you. Therefore, he shouldn't have peaked so heavily. If he hadn't peaked so heavily, there would have been... He probably would have survived for a little bit longer, in which case RonnieKray would have come up and it would have been a bit of a 2v2 situation. So I hate to say that was a bit of a mistake from four angry kids. Miscommunication a little while. As InsideGames, they hold on to their position. Bit of a warehouse overlooks where FBI are located.
Yeah, with the also a little bit split there, trying to rotate. They did send a scout, see the compound was open.
Yep.
The rest of the team is going to rotate. That is how you scout, just nice and safe compared to what we see earlier from four angry kids, unfortunately. InsideGames going to get back to a four-man squad, so that's going to be great. Last game, actually, InsideGames, they went 4th position. Pretty good positioning overall last game on the Erangel. Let's hope they can have a kind of similar performance the second game of the day on Miramar. And actually, in the distance, you do have a sneaky YMCA. And YMCA actually, their last game yesterday on Miramar had a great performance. Their positioning was absolutely top-notch. And that's why yesterday they did secure themselves the only chicken dinner on top of Miramar. Let's see if they can have, once again, another nice chicken dinner on the dessert map.
Yeah. Dessert or desert?
Desert map. So yeah, I was like, well, ooh, okay. I was like, Fury's going to talk about that, obviously.
I don't mind because you talked about cheesecake in the last game, so I see the pattern, I see the theme.
I'm hungry. You know. I'm sorry I didn't want to say on broadcast, but I'm freaking hungry, okay?
Okay,
if you're going to feed me for 3 days.
Well, excuse me, I cooked you pasta the other day.
Do you have proof?
Yeah, I actually do have pictures.
Oh, crap, okay.
As you do see, Alex,
pasta, by the way.
Thank you very much. We see Alex. They've occupied a compound. It's in the southern part of the circle. They do have Stellar near them, but it is a bit of a 2-2 split. A 3-1 split for now, as Fuse is now going to join the rest of his team. I like where they're positioned right now, to be honest. It's a high ground position. There's easy access to get into the other areas of the circle should they need to, and they can actually gatekeep rewap.
A lot of gatekeeping potential in the center of the map. But no team's playing on the edge, actually, which is really surprising. Just 1 or 2, maybe even 3 teams max. Actually, 3 teams are gatekeeping the edge of the circle, which is not really as much as you would expect on Miramar. I think the edge of circle is like the safest position on top of Miramar, but it does make your later rotations that more, like, a little bit more sticky to get out of. So you got to keep that in mind. Rewap the team that's the highest up north on this game, and they do scout out, actually, a team in the distance. I didn't really see who it was.
It's LXG. My dude,
it is LXG.
They're
actually high up
They have
north.
to be aware. They have to be very aware of what's going on as they look to enter the circle. Stellar taking shots from 3D Max. The winners of the previous game, Mole Man, taken down to about 75 health. On that bike, the bike is fast. Even though you're kind of exposed, it's the fastest vehicle in Miramar, so you can really get away from those shots relatively quickly. You have to be very expertly accurate with your shots if you're going to take down somebody on a bike.
It can be a little bit risky because of that terrain. Bikes can flip.
True.
So you just got to keep that in mind because driving on Miramar, it's not that easy if you're not on the road. Terrain is really going up against you.
All depends if you're a level 1 or a level 100 bike rider.
But yeah, I think that if we are in PEL Contenders, you are level 100 driver. Rewap and NXG, they have to rotate at some point.
I know, we've seen some bad car crashes, in fairness.
Yeah, actually, that's true. There's a lot of people rolling against each other. But here it is, Rewap. Oh, taking shots from NXG. Fuse going to try and spray that down. The car is taking heavy damage, going to explode. And here it is, Mage Bane, one of the best players in Rewap, taken out right off the bat. Not looking too good, but actually going to try and clap back. Fine on his own. Oh my god, just fine. X-Team and NLXC. Going to flash that kill away. X-Team out of the picture. Also, it's going to be turning into 1v2. As that was, hey, don't take out Mage Bait. They're going to come back to just avenge their friend.
I'm all for like focusing on that one person, but if you're not aware of where the rest of your opponents are,
It's risky, yeah.
It's a little bit risky. So they got a tiny bit tunnel visioned out in the open, and it kind of paid the price. But they still got a kill point for themselves as this phase 2 circle has shifted down the southeast of this map.
I'm seeing a pattern. The Miramar Circle freaking loves YMCA and Inside Games. Miramar Circle loves these two teams so freaking much. It always shifts for the first few phases over to their location.
Yeah.
And YMCA, if they can hit that late game, which once again is their peak performance, where they just shine so hard in the late game, they can have a great performance this time around. You can see a lot of shifts actually coming on through. Last Crew, Milky Way, Quick Math, Ferrari Breach, 3D Max, they're all going for that circle. They're going to try and get gatekeep from the likes of Inside Games and YMCA, but not much should come out at this stage.
I'll tell you who has the best entrance into the circle. It's Rewap. They're deep down south. There's no team around them. Mm-hmm. They can just go into the circle, hold on to the edge of La Bandita, and they can just really just laser teams all around them if they get given a chance. But talk about lasering teams all around you as HeartShift looking for iZoom. Milky Way, again, they're a team that love to kind of split drop and split loot, and they slightly pay the price every now and again. In this case, it has gone against him as iZoom loses his life, and Milky Way down to 3 players.
Stella also going to be on the move. They're on the west side. Going to try and get a little bit higher position towards the north to try and get an easier entry point, but Katana is also pretty high up north, that they might be clashing if they get towards water treatment.
True.
I'm very sad, Imperium.
Why?
I broke my pen.
Can I have an F in chat for Max's pen? If anybody wants to send a donation of 2 cents, you can send it to... no, don't send it. Thank you very much. But DOS Pilots driving on through. They had a bit of a positive start to the games today. They got 7 points in total, 1 placement point, I believe, and 6 kill points, and it's kind of what they need. I talked to Lipsin from DOS Pilots yesterday. He had a few great words to say to me going on via Twitter DMs. Again, fantastic. Thank you very much to himself for talking to me. Fantastic Turkish team. Picked up, honored to be picked up by DOS Pilots for Phase 3. They know what they can do getting into the finals of Phase 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. They want to get into the finals of Phase 3. They did bring in a new player, ctrkN. Ooh. And they just need a bit of time to build up that synergy.
And yeah, GG. Tornado Energy really split away from the rest of the team. One headshot coming through. Is that M4? Here it is. Like, she's then going to throw that grenade under the car, trying to get that flush kill. That's going to be the end of Beamy normally. Cars, I'm telling you, they're going to do a run for it, a little bit more spray action once again with that M4. Alia GG not giving them any room to breathe. The grenade does connect on top of Beamy. That's the end of his tail for now. And seems like Stella will survive as a 3-man team. And as I say that, they're clapping straight back with that SLR, Mole Man. Just going to try and make Alia GG dance just a little bit. They should be fine. Question mark. Oh man, actually he's clapping back really nicely. But Tornado Energy, they do also have a few buildings in the distance on their side, so I think this fight's not really going to go any further. But they still got 1 kill, which is great for Tornado Energy. Despite the fact that Tornado Energy, they're not a team that likes to really rotate that much.
No.
They're doing well with it.
But they're going to have to rotate, I reckon, because this next circle shift... actually, no, it doesn't go too far down south. It actually shifts up north.
Easy.
It still favors Inside Games and YMCA, though. Hacienda del Patron is occupied by Quick Math with DOS Pilots on the edge of it. Ferrari Breach do have a nice compound by the side of the road outside San Martin. As 4 angry kids who got a lovely amount of kill points in the previous game. 9, I believe. Mm-hmm.
That was 9. They got 0 positioning points, but they got 9 kill points. That's great from them. They did find a nice shot on Havokki. Should be red back up. There it is, Tornado Energy. They have to rotate, and the closest compound is really the compound of 4 angry kids. So I think this is going to be actually a compound breach potentially from them. They do have a little bit of a dip to work with, which is going to be great. I think that was a little... I didn't think that grenade was going to go that far. That would have been really surprising.
Ooh, that was close.
Closer than I thought that would have been, but still, I think that's a little bit of a waste of a grenade at this range.
Yes and no, because what they did was that pushed back the breach from Tornado Range, because if you noticed, Havokki was being revived. So therefore, you give your team the time to revive up, heal up, and prepare. So even though it was technically a waste of a grenade, it pushed back Tornado Energy because all 3 members were driving on forward. So I actually really like that from 4 Angry Kids.
I think it's just good resources chunky, but if they used it and it worked out, that's great for them. But this storm will happen eventually. Team Unity, a team that has been actually having really good performances on Miramar.
Yep.
The other maps, a little bit of a struggle, but they do have a really central compound. And actually, this compound is in a dead open field here of the center towards San Martin and Hacienda del Patron. So what they can do is if the circle shifts on them, we're going to have a similar kind of game as last time for 3D Max on Erangel. So this is going to be a really good compound if they do have a really good shift in their position. As here it is now, Tornado Energy, they're back to a 4-man squad. They got a 2T split coming on through, which is great to storm a compound. That is flawless engagement from Tornado Energy. And now they just got to be a little bit cautious of how they approach this. As 4 Angry Kids, they are in 1 building each. And if they do have 1 knock, trying to assist your allies once you get knocked is going to be really harsh.
It is definitely going to be very harsh indeed. Talking about harsh, all 4 members, the last crew in that 1 tiny little warehouse, all it takes is a couple of grenades, a bit of an entrance from one of these teams, and they can find themselves being squad wiped in a matter of an instance as Northwest gets taken down to 25 health. RonnieKray takes a tiny bit of tick damage from a grenade, but he's just going to dance around these grenades being thrown out by Tornado Energy. The 4v3 situation. No, make that 4v2 as Northwest gets knocked down as he doesn't quite find a knockdown. Oh no, now it comes out onto Melman. As Havokki gets knocked down, so it's 1 player left. RonnieKray, what can he do? He's down to about 25 health. I think it's a matter of time.
Nah, mate, RonnieKray, he's always a star player for Angry Kids, so now it's going to be a really harsh situation against the likes of Tornado Energy. And I think Tornado Energy, they stormed this so well. And because, as I said, if you get 1 knock, they got 2 knocks, and you can't res back up, you can't save your allies. So now that's going to leave RonnieKray in a situation where he can't get his allies back up, and he's going to have to take this fight on his own. But as I say that, he gets another nice shot on top of Aya GG. He's trying to slow down this engage, a little bit of a smoke just to win a little bit more time. That's a great move from him, but actually on the other building on the side, they might have an angle on top of him here. Layers coming up the window. Oh, sorry, the staircase. That's not a window. The example will get the nice shot. Take out 4 Angry Kids in 16th position. Unfortunately, a grenade just in case it does come through. A little bit overkill, but that's completely fine. And I think that was a great compound engage. Nice defense from RonnieKray, but it wasn't quite enough. 1v4, really harsh to pull off.
If 2 members of 4 Angry Kids had been in that 1 building that RonnieKray was in, I think they would have survived. As DOS Pilots now looking over at the direction of Unity. Orange is actually in that compound on his own. So that he's got to be very careful, just going to try and peek his way through as fine from WeWop does get a knockdown and a kill onto 1 member of Katana. It's InsideGames. Ferrari Breach come together right now. Odstrelovac gets a knockdown, secures a frag as Ferrari Breach find themselves down to, I believe, 1 player, which is EduCoz. It's the only one left standing. Kamka, Maxizor going into that building. Knockdown come down for Nihanas as this is just fight starting to kick off in the 17-minute mark of this game, Max.
Yeah, Katana looking for another engage. They're playing super aggressive today. I'm absolutely loving it. Katana, Maxizor is going to be the last member on this side. Kamka still low. Taken down, bleeding out. If he can find the offensive on top of mjyoh at this point in time, save it, that would be great, but I don't think he has the information. Here it is, mjyoh is going to try and maybe go out for the kill. Yeah, pretty sure Kamka, that's the end. He gets a kill. That's a great move from mjyoh overall, turning it now into a 1v1 scenario. But be careful, ReWop and Stella, they have the eyes on the fight. They might try and get involved because this compound is great for the next circle.
It definitely is. mjyoh saying to Maxizor, I challenge you to a duel. Meet me in Sunset.
Omawamu, Shindiru.
No,
that's not the same.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Good try. Good try.
That's not okay.
That's not okay. Ferrari Breach get eliminated in 15th place as Pixis with that fantastic grenade.
Damn, they're going for ham there.
Big boy grenades come out as InsideGames survive. All 4 members still left standing in a tiny compound. So that's something they're going to have to be very aware of, even though it's still inside circle. Look at the peak. It's like, peek. I peek you, you peek me. I peek you, you peek me.
Peek. It is the storm, the Hacienda del Patron from Quick Math is finally going to be stormed over by Tornado Energy. They came out of nowhere on this one.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. They're very split, though. Quick math. They're going to be down to 3 members. Diggery on the top of the roof. Can't get res back up. Unfortunately, 3v4 scenario. Tornado Energy, really good. They got to the safety of the building now. Now there's going to be really close quarter combat. But Example going to have to try and get a little bit more involved with the team. I think is very split here.
Plus, Tornado Energy just compound breached 4 Angry Kids and took them out.
Yeah.
Now they're going on to quick math.
No breaks.
No breaks indeed. Miramar being their friend in this game, looking to end day 4 of PEL Contenders with a fantastic result. Although the zone has closed in, the next phase has been exposed. It's gone outside of Hacienda del Patron, where Last Crew have that compound. Unity have a compound. YMCA hold an open ground but an inside circle, as well as that 1v1 situation between HeartShift and Katana, all favouring the circle.
Careful, Rewap actually clashing with YMCA. That might happen and come out of something. And Salonso unfortunately got knocked away.
Look at 3D
yeah,
Max
they're like
joining
on a
in.
3-man party, and here, like Pelt and Jubzik, they're going to have a really harsh situation. It's going to be close quarter combat. As I just said, Pelt does find a nice shot. 1-for-1 trade-off against Tornado Energy and Quick Math. Quick Math down to 1 more member now, unfortunately. 3D Max actually get taken down by Tornado Energy. They're doing so good in this fight. Flushes out Furax. Nicely done. Tornado Energy now, they're going to be down to just about, I do believe, 3 members. There's going to be 3 members on their side. Quick Math, only Jubzik remaining. Takes a shot in the back there. Going to be flushed away by Tornado Energy. An extra kill point, for example. 3D Max now is going to be Solo and Fanon. They're going to try and get that compound away, but the compound is not in circle, so these 2 teams, they're going to have to do something about that rotation in the future. And Solo does have that little bit of a dip to work with, but here it is. Fanon going to try and get flushed away. Finds a few shot with that Scar, but doesn't quite end the kill. Solo, nice shots actually coming on through on top of Man, but he doesn't have any more bullets. Has to reload, but it is Comp on the side. He's going to get 2 angles of fire. Comp on the side, here it is, gets the information, instantly gets taken out. It was just a tick damage left, not really surprised. 3D Max in 13th position.
Oh my God, Example had already hit 5 kills in that game, and there's still a good 30 players left in this game as the fight between Stellar and LXG coming up on top. As HeartShift looking to get compound breached by Milky Way, trying to get the revenge onto iZoom. As mjyoh is able to get the work done onto Mans, trying to keep himself going, keep HeartShift in this game. He's on 2 kills, 3 kills in total for HeartShift. Let's see if they can add to that from a point standing point of view, maybe get into placement points.
Could be a little bit harder. It is another smoke, just trying to slow down the pace of this engagement from the likes of Milky Way, Stella, and LXG. LXG trying to rotate in circle. LXG was only 1 member remaining. That's going to be Fuse. And Fuse going to try and slowly creep up on the side, trying to be a little bit unexpected on his positioning. Cars going to be so low. Same for Molman. I think unfortunately he's on the right side. Yeah, he just can't get it. Oh, can he find a shot? Not quite. Cars did regen back up. 1 headshot down at 50 HP. Was that M4 from Fuse? And he's trying to close up. He saw that hit marker. He knew exactly now he can try and turn this fight around. You know, he's trying to regen back up. Here it is. A nice kill. Flushes out the kill. Perfectly executed.
Reposition focus? No.
He just changed his focus too fast. He knew it was a knock. He knew there was still another member somewhere from Stella. And he tried to go for the res. I think that was a little bit too confident.
No, he wasn't going for the res. He was trying to reposition himself. But you turn your back, you take away all vision that you have. You still want to look in the direction of where that last guy is, while still trying to reposition around. Feels bad, man. Didn't work out, but Stellar lived to tell the tale. Molman is going to be the only one left standing. Unity still going strong as a 4-man team, although they are a little bit split. Katana having that 1-man army. mjyoh having that 1-man army. Surviving against Milky Way as a grenade is going to be thrown out by DP. It connects into one of those rooms, but not quite the one that mjyoh is in. As now it's going to be a 2v1 push coming out from Milky Way.
They're finally pulling the trigger. mjyoh, can he do the moves? Can he do the plays? 1v2 scenario. Gets one knock on top of DP. It was a headshot. Doesn't quite find a second.
Maxizor, get in there.
Out.
Come on.
Could actually grenade. If he throws it in the right building. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Unfortunately, doesn't get quite the information. That grenade on the top right window would have been perfect.
It would have been.
2 kills, points. Easy.
See, he didn't know because he didn't want to peek, right? Because he doesn't want to really expose it. He's already exposed himself with that grenade, to be perfectly honest. As now Unity looking for InsideGames. Quizzy, what's he going to be able to do? Pixis gets fragged out by Snoopy K. Zampeek and Odstrelovac still going strong. The only 2 members of InsideGames left standing has their backs against the wall of this blue zone. But with Unity in the distance, Orange, what's he going to be able to do in between the smoke?
They walked right in front of him and he just didn't see him. That is great. Because his team is not there. He's just trying to, like, diffuse this fight as much as possible before his team can actually join, because they're still fighting the likes of InsideGames. And now they're in that compound, they don't have an idea. And he's going to then pop the back. Oh my god, Orange finds CTR, but a little bit too long as Muck in the distance from Last Crew comes in, 3-man parties that fight and takes Orange out of the picture.
Actually keeps ctrkN in the game if he can get revived up. So actually kind of great third party coming out right now as Sakura does take down Ewong from the side of Rewap, as Snoopy now looking for Odstrelovac, peeking with that mini 14, looking for those shots off with that scope. What's he going to be able to do? Zampeek is also there, so Snoopy is going to be very careful, but Quizzy and Tizerin still there outside the circle. Grenade is going to throw in the direction of InsideGames. Is it going to connect behind the wall? Zampeek gets knocked down. It's only Odstrelovac left standing on the side of InsideGames. Is he going to be able to survive? I don't think so. But down to 59 health. He's been hit from all angles that Unity holds on to.
The Circle 2 is pushing through. The Molotov going to try and slow him down on that rotation. He has to try and make it to the other one, but unfortunately, so much pressure applied by Unity will stop Odstrelovac from making it to the next phase. It's going to be phase 5, phase 6 just about to finish there, unfortunately. That's going to be the end of the story. Actually, oh my god, that shift once again. Milky Way, such a good position to work with. And now the teams are going to try and rush through, especially that road is going to be really not going well for the likes of Last Crew and DOS Pilot. STA on the top. He has a few shots, actually. He can try and find Muck, maybe. But he doesn't want to get involved all that much.
Unity found a couple of shots onto a couple of members of DOS Pilots. We did see in the kill feed, I believe a frag was secured. ctrkN, I think, is still up. He has gotten revived. Muck and Rip have got to be very careful, especially Rip, because he's outside and on the edge of that blue zone. It's going to start closing up in the next 10 seconds. Katana, Milky Way, they can just really gatekeep right now, as can Stellar, although Moman does need to move into circle, so he's got to be very, very careful. It's a 25.5-minute mark. We still have 18th, but only 14 players left standing, Max.
That's going to be closing up very soon. Only 8 teams on the board. Ripper does get taken away. Nice shots coming out from Tizerin in the head. Where's that mini 14? Right, this range just trying to get rotations. Here it is. CTR going to be instantly put away by Snoopy with another mini 14 play. And now, as I said, it does. Unfortunately, also that road, they haven't made it far enough yet. Is Snoopy 5 kills for himself. DOS Pilot getting instantly taken out of the picture. Unity 10 kills overall. I said it, they love Miramar, and it's going great for them.
Yes, they are the kings of Miramar in PL Phase 3 Contenders. Let's see if they can get it with the chicken dinner on their side. As we 7 teams, 11 players left standing. Kitana and Maxizor still going strong. What is this circle going to expose in Phase 8? There's also YMCA, the only team with 3 players left standing. Milky Way have 2, Uni have 2, Stella have 1, Last Girl have 1, Rewap have 1, and Katana has 1. It's a 1v1 situation, and Fine comes out on top, taking out Moleman.
Now that's just fine.
Oh my lord, give me strength as Muck does lose his life. Last Crew get eliminated as YMCA now driving on forward. Gotta say, a couple of minutes ago, Last Crew had all 4 members up, Max. Now they're eliminated.
Yeah, that's going to be unfortunate. 5 teams remaining on the board. Unity, they have to try and make it on the high ground. The next shift is coming out in just a few more seconds. It's going to dictate who's going to be having that game. It's going to be Milky Way, it's going to be Unity, or YMCA, as they're going to try and go on the main positioning. Actually, YMCA are still pretty good, but still, there are no teams that have a really dominant position in that circle. So the first team to get there will be great. But YMCA did just have the very, very edge, which is a very small location. I don't know if it's over the tip of the hill. If it is, they're going to have to go downhill just a little bit. That might be scary.
They have the high ground, they have the high position. They've got to be a little bit careful for sure. They can't peek too much, but the legs from Tizerin is holding out. 26, 27, 13, 13. Tizerin down to about 50 health right now as Maxizor and Milky Way still going strong. Like, Maxizor actually can kind of hold a very, very edge, allow Milky Way to move him first, and he could get a couple of kills from behind. He's got to be very careful, but he has done a fantastic job to get his team up into the placement points and in the top 5. As he's on the roof, he finds DP. Is he going to be able to find Offstring? Is Offstring going to go for the revive? He's going to go to the revive. Risky. No, that is risky at this stage of the game. Underneath the balcony. Come on, go for it, Maxizor. Do or die. Now or never. Go hard or go home. Now is your opportunity. But no, he waits. You can't do that. You did fantastically to get that knockdown. Take the chance, take the opportunity, and you would have gotten that squad wide.
Yeah, but now Sakura from YMCA gets the information. He's on the roof once again. Very open to taking damage out, but It seemed like he will be able to survive just a little bit longer, so we're going to go back over to that fight later. As actually Odstrelovac gets knocked away once again by Maxis, who's getting knock after knock, but unfortunately no flushes right now. Maxis might have to try and get on top of DP though. Unity, they are in the circle, so they're going to be safe. Maxis, here it is. Bingo, bingo. Bingo, bango, bingo, bingo. Here it is. Getting Milky Way out of the picture in 5th position.
That was it. They say you only get 1 shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Maxizor got 2 shots. He took his 2nd shot accurately, got that squad right. Great play coming out from Katana. And also 2 more kills, 2 more kill points, more importantly, and an extra placement point on his side into the top 4, as this is the final phase. Phase 9 is going to close in. YMCA still have 3 members up. Unity have 2, Katana has 1, and Rewap has 1. It's a YMCA's game to lose, Max.
Yeah. Rewap actually and Katana are going to be clashing with the last 2 members. Fine versus Maxis, or seem like they're both going to play a little bit of a peaky game. This is the last phase 2. The next circle will be the last one. The teams have to try and get as central as possible just to try and deny rotations from all of these remaining teams. But Unity going to pull off the offensive. Going to get lasered down by Unity. But oh my god, it claps right back. Going to be 1-for-1 knock on the 2 sides of YMCA and Unity.
You're going for the revive?
That's a little bit risky, but a lot of smoke, so actually trying to shut down that visibility.
Fair enough.
Rewap does get taken out of the picture in 4th position. Unity actually does get the revive. That's great.
No.
Tizzering going to get lasered away. 21 damage. Just get the flush just in case. But now the circle, Tizzering got to try and rotate in. He does have that tree just on the side. They're going to be great opportunity for him. He does get the kill away for YMCA. 2 extra points for themselves. Katana going to be having 1 member. Max is all 1v2 versus YMCA. Can he take it? It seemed like that might not be the case. It takes 51 damage output. Max is all. Few HP remaining. 1v3 actually on their side, but he's going a little bit high on the side of the bridge, and here it is. The nice shot comes on through from Zampeek. YMCA Esports getting that chicken dinner finally, once again.
If I'm not mistaken, that's their 3rd chicken dinner of PEL Phase 3 Contenders. It means that they are the 2nd team to get 3 chicken dinners in this tournament, in this Phase 3, matching Tornado Energy. But that circle, it went towards them. They held on to it. They were a 4-man team for most of that game. They kept fairly quiet, but in the end, they did blow up. Got as many kills as they could. But in my opinion, the man of that game, the team of the game was Unity. Fantastic plays coming out from them. They dominated in their fragging out. They did exactly what they needed to do to hold on to those top spots. But Maxizor from Katana was just a 1-man army, put his team into 2nd place from a placement points point of view.
He just waited for the prime opportunity to get involved with that fight at the end. I think the reason, like, talked about Unity being the team of the game, I got to agree with that. They did great positioning in that compound really early on. The thing is, why they didn't take the chicken dinner? That early positioning from YMCA is what gave them the win. They got the high ground, and that high ground rotation really went against the likes of Unity. And that's why they got that game. It's just a high ground. That's the only reason.
And to be honest, you can't really take that away from Unity, because the circle could have gone towards them, right? It could have gone away from them. Exactly, it could have gone away from YMCA. So YMCA had the PUBG gods on their side from that point of view, and they took prime advantage of it. Last crew, as I said, there was a point in that game, I believe in the last 5 minutes, when we had something like 6 or 7 teams left, Max, where they had all 4 members up. And in a matter of about 2 minutes, they were down to 1 player. I don't know exactly what happened because we weren't panned over, but it kind of surprised me.
Which team went down
Last crew.
Last crew, they had to rotate, and they were getting actually shot by multiple angles. They were especially Stellar. They were like shooting from a distance, trying to stop that down. They lost 2 members. They rotated. They didn't rotate as a 4-man squad. That's a little bit unfortunate from last crew. But that was just Tornado Energy.
Tornado Energy.
They got 3 teams down.
Exactly. Sorry, I did forget about them. Tornado Energy were another team that did fantastic work. mjyoh did also a great job for what he did in that compound, as we did see LXG looking to take down Stellar, but did not survive to tell the tale. 1 knockdown came down, but this was Orange. Was so unlucky not to secure that frag.
I don't know. Last crew, why do you get involved at that point? I don't know. just let the cool plays happen. Right? But that was when the 2 teams had to rotate. DOS Pilot and also Last Crew, they had to do something. They still had that road. They didn't even get to the road part, unfortunately, because it was just an open field. Very small amount of coverage, just a few trucks and hay bales. And they didn't quite make it through, unfortunately. And once again, that was when Unity, they were dictating those rotations, trying to deny those teams from getting compound. Maxizor, that was a huge knockdown on DP.
That was the first opportunity.
Yeah,
he didn't take
it
it.
down.
Then the second one he did take.
Yeah, and then YMCA once again the high ground maxes away. He tried his best. He got a nice headshot actually at the end there.
He did.
But it wasn't quite enough. If he got that first one, the two other members didn't have quite of a good angle, so maybe he would have time to just prone down, res a little bit back up, pick the other kills. But YMCA did great, didn't give him time to breathe.
Now, as you do look at the points from match 14, the second game of the day, 4 Angry Kids and Quick Math coming out with 0 points, 3D Max. After fantastic chicken dinner in the last game, coming out with 1 point. InsideGames with only 2 and HeartShift with 3. So a little bit low points from the bottom half of the table, but now we reach up 12 kills for Unity and 11 for Tornado Energy. I do believe that's the highest kill game from one team we've seen, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think that's the case. I think we had like a little bit higher at some stage.
Yeah.
We'll have to check. We'll check during the break. That's going to be fine.
Either way, great game coming out from Unity. Points being secured for their team as the head-to-head between YMCA and Unity comes out. Nearly 1,900 damage from one team. That's crazy.
That is absolutely mental. Like, they just dominated the entire end game. Fine from Rewop. I'm not surprised. Same for example, so those are two members who did great. Example, he was leading the offensive in all of those, like 3 compound storms from Tornado Energy. They just didn't have a break, and they didn't give a break to the other teams too, to be honest.
No.
And Snoopy, he was doing great for Unity. He was always a sniper. He was a long-range sniper, just denying rotations from the likes of Last Crew, from also DOS Pilot, and that's why he got so much damage output right there. Didn't get knocked, unfortunately, or anything significant. Didn't have a really good conversion rate. But Snoopy, really good player for Unity on this game, on Miramar too.
It was. So we had a fantastic first game in Miramar for the evening, but we are going to be going straight back to the Desert Mountain. As I said, feel free to get a coffee, have a break, but come back in a couple of minutes and we'll be with you guys.